If we stand together, we'll never fall. We can make a difference.
Well, hi there, and welcome back to another episode of the All Around Growth podcast. My name is Rob Kaiser, and I am your host. Today is Wednesday, August 3rd, 2022, and this is episode number 392 of a show that provides insight and tools to build the life and homestead of our dreams. The title of today's show is Recognizing and Acknowledging Yourself. And today we're going to talk about acknowledging some of the positive change that we've engaged in. All right. Now, oftentimes when you're wired the way that we are and consistently focused on a thing in life, it's easy to forget about other things in life, right? Our laser-like focus on one area of life may facilitate us losing track of other goals that we may have, and sometimes our focus on the end result prevents us from seeing the progress that we've made to date. And I think it's important to recognize and acknowledge some of the changes that we've made. And I'd like to thank some of you guys out there for reminding me of the importance of doing this. Now, as I collected my thoughts this morning for the show, I realized and looked back that on June 20th, 2022, about a month and a half ago-ish, I recorded episode number 373 titled, I'm a Liar and an Addict. And basically, in a nutshell, after a bit of research, I realized that I'd been simply swapping products over the years with my tobacco addiction, and that this whole nicotine replacement therapy was not really an effective approach for me because the nicotine in those products is all derived from tobacco. So smoking or chewing tobacco or nicotine pouches, gums, lozenges, it's all tobacco-derived nicotine. And that kind of nicotine replacement therapy was just not an effective approach for me in dealing with my addiction. So I shortly thereafter, actually the next day, rather, I did an episode on the summer solstice and went cold turkey somewhere around there. And for a 3-week period of time, I basically went dark with the podcast and I spent less time online. Now the first, like I said, it's August 3rd today. And that first month of summer was difficult physically. I experienced true physical withdrawal symptoms. I even got sick, and I think going cold turkey had something to do with it. That was the first time I'd gotten sick in, since February of 2020. And that's pretty significant. Although this cold or whatever I had was very short in duration, and it I don't know, it kind of felt like the flu. It didn't dawn on me until I was getting better after the fact that this may have been just sort of like the, literally the sickness, the withdrawal that some people go through. But, and I'm sure there's going to be, likely continue to be varying degrees of withdrawal as time goes on. But at the end of the day, I'm no longer a smoker. I no longer use nicotine in any ways, shapes, or forms. And I'm able to participate in life around me without being impacted by it in the way that I used to be. I mean, hell, even last night, going to a concert with my brother. Lots of drinking, lots of smoking, lots of, but no problem. I'm a different person now. And I think and really firmly believe that it's a very important thing to recognize and acknowledge these changes, especially when they are dramatic and important. I think this is one that is. So, no matter what area of life that you're setting goals in, financial, physical, personal development, family, spiritual, social, career, take some time to review and assess where you are at. Do this consistently, but try to do it in a way where you're not simply beating yourself up for all the things that you didn't do, but consider this time of reflection a time to pat yourself on the back for the things that you did and prepare to do it again. Like positive reinforcement rather than this negative self-flagellation. If you find yourself beating yourself up for all of the things that you didn't do, and you do this regularly, perhaps you might want to consider reevaluating how you are setting goals in the first place. Consistently beating ourselves up for things that we didn't do is not an effective approach for continued success in the long game, in my opinion. Setting goals is something that I've been struggling with for years, decades really, and I've learned a lot over the years, but oftentimes struggle to find a way to apply that knowledge to my life. I will say that the 2022 goal setting workbook has helped me effectively work through this over the past 9 months as I've been using it. Started using it in November of 2021. And I would really encourage you to check that out. In addition to that, the 48 Days Eagles community has helped me find a community full of tools and resources to help me grow on this journey that I'm on in life. And I'll go ahead and link to both the workbook and the Eagles community in the show notes. In addition to recognizing and acknowledging where we're at with our goals, it's easy to think about the fact that, like you, I'm different and unique and don't really feel like I fit into the world with the rest of everyone. I know that you know that sounds familiar. And, that feeling was getting old. And so I decided to do something about it. All right? Writing has always been something that's brought me pleasure. And I've also realized something after 40 some odd years on this earth, and that's that I've gotten to a point where the only thing that really brings me some level of satisfaction is consistently trying to recreate my life and write new chapters, which also requires finishing up some of the old ones. And speaking of writing, I think that might be a good conclusion to today's show and a nice segue into the topic for tomorrow's show on personal development, where we will talk about writing. Writing with structure in order to put your past to rest, understand and improve your present personality, and writing to design the future you want to live. And that's what we're going to discuss tomorrow. The self-authoring suite will help you improve your life, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I look forward to talking with you tomorrow, Thursday. This is Rob Kaiser, and thank you.
People turn away, and I I believe in friendship and love. And truth is always the best way to the world that may seem odd. I'm an odd fellow. I'm an odd fellow. I'm an odd fellow. If we stand together, we'll never fall. We can make a difference and answer the call. We know the times are wasting every day, and we can help somebody along the way. People may think that it's odd that I believe